Greetings, everybody. This is Harmony speaking. Today is January 10th, 2018. I have tried to make this video several times, and apparently, the artificial intelligence does not want me to make this video. I'm not going to go through all the difficulty I've had, and hopefully you can hear me, because I'm on a makeshift here. I'm using my computer and phone at the same time. It's rather interesting. What I'd like you to do is, we're all familiar with how the geography has changed. If not, then you're about to have a jaw-dropping experience. For those of you who are familiar with it, I was the first person in the world to make a video on how the geography has changed. So what I want you to do is you all have your memory of the old Earth and how geography has changed. And after I'd made my video, Geography of the Maps of the World Have Changed, I made about 3 or 4 videos, and then everyone made a video on it. So it's pretty much gone viral. So what I'd like you to do is to think back to the last time you were, as we say, Mandelaed, and remembered how that world looked. So basically we have your original Earth memory, and then when you discover the Mandela effect and how the geography has changed, you have that memory. So I want you to use that memory. And we're going to use that memory and go forward to how the geography has changed once again. Because it has become extremely apparent to me that we've had yet another major shift. And I've reached out to many people, and they all agree, and my spiritual team as well, they all agree. We have had a major shift. This reality is so different than any reality we've all been in before. It's it's just ridiculous. Completely ridiculous. So here I am. I'm going to go to my screen sharing. And I always you have to have a standard. And my standard, I'm sorry if you don't like it, has always been Google Maps. Because if you're comparing, whenever there's a big shift, one of the first things I do is I go to the geography and see how the geography has changed. That is what I call a marker. And for me, that is my marker. And there's so many different versions you got Mercator, Azimuth, the list goes on and on and on. So the key is, whatever your map is, whatever you like the best, always use that map as your reference point, your marker. For me, it's Google Maps, and I use this version. I don't use the satellite version. So if you use the satellite version, great, but I have chosen this as my marker, so I apologize if you don't like my marker. So let's just go ahead and take a look at the world today as of January 10th of 2018 in the reality that we are in. The first thing I notice is China. What the heck has happened to China? China has a belly. Look at that. It looks like a belly. It's got this big, gigantic, round belly. This is a huge... What is this stupid thing? Get out of here. Oh, anyway, sorry about that. This is ridiculous. What the hell happened to China? It has this gigantic belly now. This is just so out of control. It's got this big, huge belly. And what the hell is this little thing down here? And that's, of course, for those of you who are new to the Mandela effect, nothing's changed, okay? It's always been this way. I get it. I don't need to hear from the critics. But I don't remember this looking like that. I don't remember this little peninsula coming out. What the hell? This peninsula was not there. I could go back and reference my original geography maps of the world change video. But the thing is, as realities change, my videos change. My videos have changed so many times, it's freaking ridiculous. So, I mean, I could go back to my original video and this would be here because as reality shifts, everything shifts with it. But this little peninsula was not here. So this is a new Mandela effect. This is new. This whole area, this is new. Taiwan, what the hell is happening to Taiwan? That is just ridiculous. I mean, come on. What the hell is happening over here? Let's take a look at North and South Korea. It has this huge new inlet. See this inlet? That was not there from the last Mandela effect. Again, from the last time, the last Mandela effect, the last reality we're in. None of this was here. This was all land. This was all land. This is just so ridiculous. South Korea is crumbling. Look at that. All these little islands. That wasn't there. Oh, look, we have a new island here, too. How nice. Look at Japan. Japan is getting so close to South Korea. That is just, that's ridiculous. That's completely ridiculous. Oh my gosh. Japan, from the last Mandela effect, I was joking. It looks like a dragon shooting fire out. And the thing is, it was shooting it out at this angle. And there were much more, there's a whole bunch of little teeny dots. Now this is a full-blown island, full-blown island, full-blown island close. And now we're missing a bunch of little dots here. And everything's going up. It's going up. This chunk of real estate here has moved in. It went out more, so this has moved in. And this whole area is kind of opened up a little bit. That is just really, really bizarre. This was two separate pieces of real estate. Now Malaysia is one piece of real estate, so it just goes down. Now this is one piece of real estate. That's new, and this is opened up a little bit. Singapore's taking a hike to the right. It used to be a little more spread out. Indonesia, we got a little bit more spacing in Indonesia. Indonesia seems to be spreading out a little bit more, and this is taking a, yeah, this used to be down a little bit more. Just this whole area, just, yeah, all this is at different angles, and since the Mandela effect, that is just really interesting. Australia seems to have picked up some, it has a little bit of a belly too. It's picked up a little bit more real estate. It was a little more evened off since the last Mandela effect. New Zealand, it was two islands since the last Mandela effect. My Earth is one island. But since the last Mandela effect, now it is dramatically two islands. This is clearly two islands now. And then it's picked up some more real estate here, and it's taking a hike to the left. It's jetting off to the left now. It didn't do that since the last Mandela effect. All right, so moving on. Madagascar has gone a little bit more north, and it's got a point now. And Madagascar never had this big point here. It's a much smoother piece of real estate since the last Mandela effect. I don't remember these islands either, so I picked up a couple more islands. Kenya, these rivers are opening up. This is getting bigger, this lake here. It appears that this is getting a little bit fatter and shorter. So South Africa has gotten a little bit fatter, a little bit shorter. I think I got off track. Let me go back over here. Let's keep it going over here in this part of the world. All right. Anything else we want to notice here? Alaska is This is more, seems more down and doing a kind of a curve. It used to be more of a straight line, so it's just gotten curvy. And this is jettisoning down. This chunk of real estate kind of jettisoning down more. This used to be a much smoother inlet. Of course, my old Earth is one smooth thing, but since the last Mandela effect, this is coming in more. It used to be more of an inlet, and it was, look at this line. No freaking way. This was not like practically a straight line. It didn't have these little peninsula thing, this little inlet. This whole chunk of real estate in Alaska's changed. It's also gotten almost looks like it's gotten a little bit longer. It wasn't quite as long. And again, this is more going down more this angle when it used to be more this angle. It seems to be going down at these angles. This little kind of like peninsula thing was not here. This waterway was not there since the last Mandela effect. What's really interesting is Canada. I actually know somebody in Canada. You have the Yukon Territory and the Northwest Territory. There was land right above the Northwest Territory. There's no land here. So all the land in this part of the world, the Yukon Territory and the Northwest Territories, it has completely lost all of its real estate. All the real estate's gone. No more real estate there. This is also known as the Northwest Passage. This area is completely jacked up. It's basically what's happening in northern Canada is everything got squished to the right, and also seems a little more opened up. This whole waterway, there was not that much water here. It's all turned sideways. The Northwest Passage of Canada is completely changed since the last Mandela effect. Hudson Bay has dramatically opened up. There was not all this water up here. And this has opened up as well. We go into the Great Lakes. The Great Lakes did not have all this waterway up here. This is opened up. This has changed shape a little bit. This waterways, that's changing shape off to the right. It's a little bit different. I wish I had my friend from Canada on the phone. She could go into detail. Like she can go in these little, the Green Bay. Maybe folks know Green Bay, and other areas. Just this whole area. In particular, the northern part of the Great Lakes has dramatically changed. The big one for me is New York. New York, we had a penthouse in New York, and I went there on a regular basis. I went to school in Pennsylvania, and on the weekends I would take the train and go into Manhattan. I also had friends that lived in Bridgehampton, which is on Long Island, and we all know the five boroughs of New York. Hopefully, there's still five boroughs. Brooklyn was not on Long Island. This is Long Island. Here's New York. Brooklyn. What the hell is Brooklyn doing on Long Island? Brooklyn was never on Long Island since in my original Earth, my original reality, and since the last Mandela effect. And this whole, number one, Manhattan used to go more straight out into the Atlantic Ocean. Now it's going way up north, and it's pretty close to the mainland. That was not like that. It did not have this little peninsula here and this little peninsula here. Montauk, maybe folks know Montauk. This whole waterways opened up. It's like, this whole area like opened up and that went north and water came in and this created this nice little peninsula here. It didn't have all these shore breakers. See how, I don't know what you call these things, shore breakers, whatever. I used to go to Bridgehampton all the time right here. So I mean, I'm very familiar with Long Island. I used to go there all the time. Yeah, yeah. Long Island didn't look like that. Okay, and certainly didn't have these little shore breakers and all this little inland stuff. And look at all these little islands. Come on, it almost looks like reminds me of the Bayou swampland with all these little islands. No, none of this stuff here. There's John F. Kennedy Airport. I mean, this whole area is just that little chunk of real estate wasn't there. That wasn't there. This wasn't there. None of this, none of these little breakwaters are here. Just this is just New York's. Long Island's just completely changed. Um, so let's zoom in here. Where's the Statue of Liberty today? Oh, this is just ridiculous. All right, of course. I remember the Statue of Liberty being on Ellis Island. That's an old Mandela effect. We're all familiar with that. Hmm. Oh, I love it here. What's going on here today? There's New York and there's New Jersey. Statue of Liberty was always in New York, but since um, all of a sudden it's in New Jersey, where is it today? This is interesting. Okay, all right. So here's the border. All right, so Statue of Liberty, since the last Mandela effect, it's still in New Jersey. I think it's really funny how they want to call this New York. That's new. They added this. That's brand new to Google Maps. They want to try to call this New York now when it's in New Jersey. It's like, what is it? That's really interesting what they're trying to do here. I guess so many people picked up on the fact that the Statue of Liberty is in New York, and now it's not. So now they're gonna throw a little New York symbol on and this is supposedly Liberty. Yeah, it's still Liberty Island. Wow, that's funny. They're adding New York on here. I remember somebody did a video when they went to, they took the ferry, they went on to see the Statue of Liberty, and, the guys that worked there, they said, where's the Statue of Liberty, New York or New Jersey? Oh, we're not supposed to talk about it. The guy's freaking an employee at the Statue of Liberty, and the guy's asking him, is this New York or New Jersey? And the guy said, we are not supposed to talk about that. I saw it on freaking YouTube. Couldn't believe it. It's like you can't comment on what the Statue of Liberty is. We're not allowed to talk about it. He said it right on YouTube. We're not allowed to talk about that. Just that was one of those amazing videos that just cracked me up. All right, moving right along. Oh, and Lone Eagle did a great video. It seemed like 2 years ago, a long time ago, about how all the coast has he called them breakwaters. Probably won't get the name from. This is just ridiculous. All this stuff here. All right, let's move along. New Jersey. Since the last Mandela effect, it looks kind of normal. But Delaware is freaking morphing into some kind of tadpole thing. I don't know what you call this thing. Everybody yelled at me in my last video. This is not Delaware. It's this little chunk here. This is another state, and people just love to nitpick me. But yeah, this whole area has been opened up. It has a lot more. It's all jagged and stuff, and this tail's getting different since the last Mandela effect. So this chunk of real estate's changing quite a bit. Quite a bit. Let me see. What's next? These are changing shape to the direction they're going. This is let's see here. Cuba. Cuba is famous for changing. Look at Cuba today. Cuba's getting huge. Look how gigantic Cuba's getting. Cuba, look at this. It's flat. Does anybody remember since the last Mandela effect? Cuba was not flat. So that's new, and it's got this little point here, and it's picking up all kinds of real estate. What the hell is this? That's new since last Mandela effect. It's turning down. Look at that. That's new since the last Mandela effect. It's turning down now. Holy crap, what's going on over here? That's changing shape as well. This area is changing shape. Holy crap, look at that. That was not all there. Look at all this jagged stuff. People want to say, oh, the oceans are receding, so As the ocean recedes, new pieces of real estate pop up. Well, then why the frick is it not in the news? Come on. Look at that. Oh, this is new too. Look at that. Oh, wow. What the hell is going on here? What the hell is this thing? What the heck? Oh, let's see a satellite of this. Oh my gosh. That's ridiculous. That is all new since the last Mandela effect. Wow. The Key West. What's going on with the Key West today? Let's see here. I mean, the Key West are just taking a turn here and going off in this direction. I don't know. That's just nuts. This is getting bigger and bigger and bigger. That's this water here. That thing is. They're gonna have to call it thing a sea pretty soon. I'm kidding. But maybe not. Let me see. It seems to be taking. Let's see here. Okay, I'm not gonna get into Florida. Let's see what else is going on here. Oh, that's like. Let me see. Again, I'm going on the last Mandela effect. Oh, Cali now. That's ridiculous. I when I flew home, when I took off from John Wayne Airport, we fly right over Cali Island. Cali Island used to be, well, of course. I'm talking about since the last Mandela effect, not since your old Earth. Excuse me. But Catalina's got this whole new chunk of real estate, and I remember when I was there because we took off from John Wayne and we're flying over it, and I mean I've been flying out of John Wayne Santa Ana Airport, my whole life. Um, I mean I'm talking. When's the first time I flew over that thing? For 40 years. For 40 years, I've been flying over that stupid island. Okay. And I'm one of those people where I'm pissing off the people because they want to close their stupid window shade because they don't like the sunlight. But I'm staring out the window. I'm looking out. I love the view. And now when you take off, you're at a pretty low altitude, and you see the mountain, the mountain range on Calion. You could never see over the mountain range. You always saw ocean. Now when you take off, you can see you can see the land. You can see literally when I'm taking off, I can see the mountain range and I can see land behind the mountain range. I didn't even see that a year ago because when I flew home last year, I didn't see that. So that is a brand new Mandela effect. This whole chunk of real estate, this is all new. Just ridiculous. All right, moving right along. Okay, let's see. Anything new with South America? What's going on in South America here? Yeah, this is new. We got some new water here. Panama Canal used to go east to west, but since the last Mandela effect goes north and south. So what's going on with the Panama Canal today? It's more jagged, more water is opening up, so the water looks a little different. Other than that, it's still kind of nothing too big to report there. Nicaragua, this piece of water, it is not. Not only is it just gigantic now, there's a freaking island in the middle of it. Look at that. There's a freaking, and was it Laga Cosimboca? Now, oh, there's a new island in there. Well, that's brand new. And this thing's just gigantic now. That's just ridiculous. And some more uh, waterway there too. So that's changing quite a bit. It seems like the Panama is making more of an arc. So I think that's new since the last Mandela effect, more of an arc. And this chunk of real estate, it didn't have this protruding part out, so that's changed since the last Mandela effect. Let's see here. Argentina, this is getting thicker. This was a lot thinner since last Mandela effect. So this is starting to get a little bit thicker. And again, nothing's changed. We shifted to a new reality. And we shifted to a new Earth. And this is how the geography has always been on this Earth. So critics, leave me alone. You don't need to do all your nasty comments that you normally do. It's simply not necessary. All right. Let's zoom in on, let's see what's happening with Italy these days. Italy is, this is getting closer and closer. It's moving up more. This area is opening up more and more and more. This is, oh my God, look at that. It's turning into a peninsula. This is like a peninsula now as the waterway opens up. This whole waterway is opening up. That's turning into a peninsula. I think the reason they're not making a bridge is because one day Sicily's just going to touch Italy. It's like, we don't need to build a bridge. It's just going to touch one day. Oh my God, look at these things. It used to be Corsica. Did it change name? This is Corsica. Now they're calling it Corte. I don't know. I suppose if I were to Google it, Corse is probably another name for Corsica, and this is probably still Corsica today. I don't know. But Google Maps used to label this as Corsica. Today, Google Maps is calling it Corse, so that's new. This is just getting gigantic. This has a peninsula now that was not there before. So now we have a peninsula here. It's just getting gigantic, and these two islands are just getting closer and closer. This has new real estate. It goes off into a point here that was never there before. This whole area down here is just. It used to be more round down here, so this is getting a little inland. There's a couple islands here, so this is just. Oh, this area is changing so much. We have a new sea. Check it out. This sea was never here before. What is it? The Tyrrhenian Sea. So we have a brand new sea. So if you look up the definition of sea, basically a body of land surrounding water to the point where it's now called a sea. So because this real estate is getting so gigantic and so huge, this is now classified as a sea. If these islands were smaller, this would not be classified as a sea. So because these are getting so big, they're so gigantic, this now meets the definition of a sea. So we have a brand new sea now. I wonder how many seas are in the world now. That's an interesting one. So we have a new sea. Um, this area just changes all the time. I don't want to go in this area of the world. That's just ridiculous. All right. Let's see. United Kingdom, anything new there? Yeah, that it's getting all jagged up and this and oh, that's just ridiculous. Let's see what's happening up here. Svalbard is changing. It used to be kind of looking. It looked more like an island, one chunk of real estate. So now Svalbard is breaking up. We got a piece over here. This is completely broken off now. This is completely broken off, and this is breaking off. So Svalbard is completely breaking up into pieces here. Let's see what else. This is obviously a new Earth, folks. We have had since our last Mandela effect, we have shifted into a new reality, and this is a brand new Earth. But again, this Earth has always been here for the natives, as we say. If you were born and raised here, it's always been this way, and you think I'm completely insane and cuckoo crazy right now, and I get that, because for you, it's always been this way. But for those who are familiar with the Mandela effect, we change realities a lot, and so I'm just comparing this to the last Earth I was on, and then I and others, do we get moved around from Earth to Earth to Earth? We get moved and shifted all the time. That's what the Mandela effect is. This is new. That waterway's opening up, so that's new. This is changing shape. This is getting a little bit. Yeah, that's moving in more. This is moving in more. So Norway keeps taking over Finland. That border keeps changing. And this is getting a little bit more jagged up, and it's moving. Oh, really? Look at that. Oh, that's new. Norway did not go in like this before. That's new. Wow. Norway keeps getting more and more real estate. And of course, from our original Earth, Svalbard did not exist. That's from my old Earth, but anyway. Alright, so moving right along here. Anything new here? This used to go more straight. This is taking a turn to the right. This is all curvy. So this is all curvy now. This is turning into a little... Wow, that's all curvy now. It used to go straight up. And again, I'm comparing this to Google Maps. Critics don't try to say, oh, there's a Mercator projection, there's this and there's that. I mean, I get it. I know there's different maps. Again, my marker is Google Maps without satellite. And all my videos are with the satellite. I don't use a satellite image. I don't use Google Earth. I always use this as my marker, as my standard. So that when I'm making comparisons, as I get moved around in realities to different Earths, I have a baseline. So it's also, I guess you call it a baseline. All right. What the hell's happened to Australia? Australia's losing green. Australia's was not, again, I know it's Google Maps, and I'm not using satellite, but there was green in Australia. So Australia's lost just about all it. There's no green. There's no green in Australia now. And for the critics here, I'll give you your satellite image now. Screw that. Anyway, so moving right along. I wonder what's going on in Hawaii. Where's Hawaii? Let's see what Hawaii's doing. There's more space between the main island. That's getting some more space. That's starting to drift off more. Kauai's drifting off. There's a lot more space between Hawaii and what the? There's Honolulu. Yeah, so there's a lot more space between these two islands. There's a lot more space between these two islands. Seems like there's more space between these two. So Hawaii's different on this Earth. Let's see, what else? Well, I think you get the idea. The whole world's changed since the last Mandela effect. Mongolia, that's a funny one. Mongolia's getting more jagged. Look at, it's getting more jaggedy here, a little more pronounced there. Seems like it's getting a little smoother here, elongated. Mongolia's picked up some more real estate here. China was starting to look like the rooster. Like here's the rooster's head, you know. So the rooster's head's changed. So because Mongolia's picking up more real estate, it's not such a smooth rooster head anymore. So yeah, this border's changed. Seems like the USSR is taking more real estate here. That's moved a little bit. Just feel a little more smoother there. So that's picking up. Those borders have changed. Wonder what the Great Wall of China looks like today. It's not going to be on Google Maps. I wonder. Great Wall of China has probably changed as well. Let's see what else. Yeah, that is just all messed up. That whole part of the world. Greenland's changed shape too. Greenland, yeah, this whole area, yeah, it wasn't so close before compared to last Mandela effect. That's Greenland's changing shape. It's moved. Let's see what else. All right, and this is really interesting. You know, South America is getting so freaking close to Africa. Look at that. That's ridiculous. Look at the distance between South America and Africa. They're getting really, really close there. All right. Yeah, this is a whole new Earth, people. We definitely had a shift. We are now on a new Earth. One thing I've noticed is people here are more, this of all the Earths I've been to, this is the most narcissistic Earth I've ever been to. People are really demanding here, extremely demanding people, and they don't listen. It seems like no one can listen to anybody. Seems like no one can understand anybody. There is huge amounts of miscommunication. It's just out of control. Oh, this is new. That was not here compared to my old Earth. That's a whole new. That's a brand new piece of real estate. So, what, you have a new C here? Oh, here's a new C. I guess this chunk of real estate is creating new bodies, so we have a new C there. I love how these new C's keep popping up. Iceland. Oh, wow. At least you kind of look the same. Except this is taking more of a downward angle. This is turning into, it looks like it's ready to turn into a peninsula. So Iceland's different. Oh, geez, I mean, I could just go on and on. Everything is different since the last Mandela effect. Yeah, this is a completely different Earth. It's so, yet it still looks very much the same. Let's see what's happening with the Strait of Gibraltar. Yeah, oh, at least there's something that hasn't changed. That's the same since the last Mandela effect. All right, let's have fun. Let's go to Google Earth for a minute here. And let's see what I want to do. Let's see here. I want to see if still half the world is ocean. Because you used to be able to twist this thing around and not see any land. Let's see. Am I doing it wrong? Oh yeah, I was doing it wrong. Sorry. Yeah, there we go. Half the world is water still. Isn't that fascinating? I'd love to see that image from space. Why doesn't NASA show us that image? The Earth with no land. Just a big blue marble with no land. Why doesn't NASA have a picture like that? Well, obviously they're showing us on Google Earth, but I'd love to see this from space or fake CGI space, whatever. Yeah, that's just a trip. The old joke is, half the world is ocean. One day there's, Lamarias or Atlantis is just going to pop up out of the ocean one day here. That's kind of one of the old jokes. That's just ridiculous, folks. Half the world is ocean. That's such a trip. Really weird. It's just really, really, really weird. I love how they won't let you see the bottom of the world. You should be able to spin it so you can see. They let you spin everything else. Like, I can spin the world and make it rotate, but no, can't rotate it that way. Interesting. What about top of the world? And of course, they're showing no ice cap as usual. So, welcome to the new Earth, everybody. Who knows what the heck else has changed? Who knows? Crazy times. Crazy times. Wow. Interesting. Yeah, this is, I have a telescope. I look at Mars through my own telescope with my own eyes. Yeah, I know everybody's going to say, well, they've updated the picture of Mars. No, you don't understand. Well, they took away that red tint. It doesn't look so red anymore, does it? Yeah, that's interesting. I guess I had to take away the red tint because we send those probes there. No, actually, the probes, when they show it on, looks pretty red. So, all right. So, Google Maps, Earth, whatever you want to call those things, change the color of Mars. Mars is a new color. What else? What does Venus look like? And I know this is all CGI, so shut up, critics. I'm just having a baseline. Oh, Venus is no longer a blue planet. Venus was blue. So now they're showing Venus all, what is this, orange? Love it. They're showing Venus as an orange. Oh wow, that's pretty bizarre. What's Mercury today? What's Mercury? What? What? Mercury looks like a freaking what? Did I click on the moon? No, wait. I must have clicked on the moon by accident. Did I? What? 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 It looks like the moon. I think somebody got the pictures confused. Mercury's a they always showed Mercury as this like freaking red planet. Mercury's known as the red planet. Now it looks like a moon. God, they're really screwing with us. Wait, did that just say? What did I just see? Oh, sorry, I thought it said studio. Oh my God, what the hell happened to Mercury? Jeez, oh man, what is going on, Mercury? Well, what the heck? What are they going to say the moon looks like today? This should be interesting. Where's the moon? Come on, moon. What the hell is going? What is all that crap up there? Jeez, oh man. Jeez, this is just ridiculous. Oh my gosh. What the hell? Yeah, this is not my moon. That's all I'm gonna say. That's ridiculous. All right, let's move on. Pluto. Poor Pluto got downgraded. I love Pluto. Let's see. What are they gonna say about Pluto? Yeah, I remember when the first images came back from Pluto. It looked like Pluto. It looked like the Disney character Pluto was freaking on here. Cracked me up when those images came back. It's like there's Pluto, like for real. There's Pluto. Interesting. Well, where's Saturn? Where's Jupiter? You can't show us that CGI? Well, interesting. All right. Well, welcome to for those of you that know what the Mandela effect is and are experiencing the Mandela effect. Welcome to your new reality. I sincerely hope we're not here much longer. There's been some realities I didn't mind. It was kind of a bummer when we left, but yeah, this of all the realities I've been to, I'm sorry, this is by far the worst reality I have been to. The people here are the nastiest, meanest, most narcissistic, selfish, disgusting human beings I've ever run across. So I can't wait to get out of this reality. This reality sucks big time. Oh my God. And it's just not me, because, at work, people that don't know anything about the Mandela effect, I mean, people are like hanging up the phone going, I'm not kidding, like all week long, people are like, what the heck's wrong with that person? What's wrong with that person? Everybody's nuts, and they're so demanding, and they're ridiculous, and they're not listening, and people can't read here. They can't read an email. They can't listen. They don't hear any. You can explain stuff on the phone. They don't understand you. They're not. They don't listen. They're not listening here. They don't listen because they're too narcissistic. They're too caught up in their own world. They can't listen to anything. They can't read anything because, well, they don't want to read what you have to say. They just want to read what they want to read. And yeah, this is just the most disgusting reality I've ever been in. Yeah, I can't wait to get out of this place. Oh my God. Oh, please get me out of here. All right. Um, until next time, everybody. Um, as I always say, doesn't matter what your religion or belief is. As the sun sets, the sun rises, as many times as you can. Simply come to that quiet, peaceful place and let all the cares of the world go away. Just quiet your mind to nothingness and let it just be a void. And then fill that void with nothing but pure source God creator energy. Just as beautiful colors and feeling and peace. Nothing but love. Let it emanate and flow all throughout your body. Open up the gates to true source God creator and let the energy flow to the top of your head of your body. Out through your feet to your feet. Simply let that energy flow and emanate like a pillar of light and let it shine and let it glow and let it explode all throughout your neighborhood, your state, the country you live in, the continent. Just let that pure love flow everywhere. Just let it ignite, shine, and glow all over this reality. And together, each and every one of us doing this changes reality for the better. Until next time, everybody, God bless, peace, and be well.